Hello YouTube, Noises here, a little bit of helicopter practice in ARMA. Got a civilian helicopter in the editor and we're just going to fly to a waypoint a few kilometers away and land at that waypoint. Alright, so 3 kilometers off. Now what I'm hoping to demonstrate with the on-screen keyboard and the mouse is what I'm doing with the controls. So it's one thing to talk someone through what I'm doing, it's another thing entirely for you to be able to see how I'm pressing the keys and when, and for how long, and yeah. So at the moment I'm accelerating, I'm doing that by holding down the shift key to climb, but keeping the nose down to dive, and the two opposing inputs cancel each other out and I just end up accelerating. I get to a little over 200 kilometers an hour, nice cruise speed. And from about a kilometre out, I want to start slowing down. And when I'm around 400 metres out, I want to be doing around 120. So I'm already there, I can level out now. Fly in at around 100 and something. Still washing off speed slowly. Oh, there's a power line there I need to get over before I can come down any further. Derp. Okay, down to around 60, but that should have happened at about 100 metres out. I'm being silly. Alright. So now we can come in for a nice gentle landing. We're all good. Now let's say you prefer to use autohover for whatever reason. It might just be that you don't feel confident landing the helicopters yet, that's fine. I'm sure you'll learn, but that's what the autohover is there for. It's your safety net. So let's incorporate that into this whole movement. And we need another waypoint up in front of us somewhere. Pretty much just to indicate distance, so that you can do that whole, okay, I'm a kilometre out, I need to start slowing down. Okay, so as we approach 1 kilometre, I'm going to hit the Z key, lower collective, and then put the nose up. So instead of just climbing because the nose is up, because the Z key wants to descend, we can balance them both out and just lose speed without gaining or losing too much altitude. Okay, get a little closer to where you want to land. Bring your speed down a little more when you get to around 100 metres out. And nail that autohover, and you won't gain too much altitude this time. It's kept us, we haven't really gained much altitude at all there. Get it down onto the ground nice and safely, and do what you need to do. Take autohover off, set ourselves another waypoint. So it's really simple, all I'm doing is using the mouse to steer, and Shift and Z is up and down respectively. So you can see I've got the nose up, but I'm not really forcing it up anymore, and it's still not climbing, so that's a thing. It doesn't take as much down collective as you might think. In a combat situation you might want to be a little more aggressive with the slowing down, you know, like you might want to start to slow down a little later and be a little more severe in your control, just to make yourself a bit harder to hit and to spend less time in a hot spot. It's very worthwhile getting into the ARMA editor and practicing, but hopefully being able to see the mouse and keyboard input is going to make a huge difference to anyone who's watched one of these videos and wondered what's actually going on in terms of controls. So we'll do one last landing this time with the autohover. Get it down to around 60 and you're not going to go too far wrong with your auto hover. Should be fairly well behaved for you. That almost looked like a landing, but if you saw the key press, I actually hit the X key for the auto hover. And there it goes again to turn it off. So that's that. I really do hope that's been helpful, just to be able to see the control inputs that people use when they're flying helicopters in ARMA. If you're not that experienced with it, then that should be pretty helpful.